Welcome back.
Hello.
To another episode with Donna, and Chris. Yes, and today we're going to be cooking some vegetarian enchiladas, a new recipe, as well as a corn salad. And then what we got going on?
I am doing an apple crisp.
Nice.
Nice and easy.
I like it. Sounds good.
Okay. I'm going to get my apples ready.
Alright, so what goes in your crisp?
I just put apples, cinnamon, oats, a little bit of coconut sugar, and coconut oil. Very simple.
And so for the enchiladas, I'm actually going to quickly fry some tortillas and use some coconut oil because that's what we have here, and keep it healthier.
Healthier. Stable oil.
Stable oil, there you go. And so I'm going to do it with beans and with some onion and red bell pepper, and we're going to caramelize those. And
Yummy.
we'll top ours with cheese, but Kevin's will leave the cheese off.
Right.
So it should be okay. And then the corn salad will have corn and tomato with some olive oil and a lemon vinaigrette.
Ooh.
So
Nice and fancy.
Yeah, it'd be kind of tasty to go with the enchiladas, and then finish it off with your apple
crisp
dessert there. Yes. Alright, so I got the oil heating up.
As you can tell, I'm not the true chef here. We've got the true chef over here.
So you guys got a chance to go to Disneyland?
We did a few years back, and it was quite fun. So we're going to take the kids again. We're excited. My girls are 7 and 4, and when we first went, they were 5 and 2, almost 3. And then, so one of the things there is my daughter, my oldest, she got a Disney princess outfit. So she's all dressed, and they're actually pretty decent looking, those outfits. They're not like the ones like the Halloween ones. They're a little bit more intricate and more decent. And so she's dressed up in her outfit. We're in the middle of Disney, and there were some Japanese tourists, and they were taking pictures with her. I don't know if they thought she was a part of the crew or what, but she thought that was amazing. She loved that. That was a lot of fun for her. It was fun for them too. They loved it. You could see it was quite cute. Yeah.
Oil's not quite at the temperature yet, but
And I know your family has been many times.
yeah. Disney is definitely a magical place, or so they say.
I think if I were to get married again, I mean, to my same husband, of course, remarried to my same husband, said that wrong, I would go to Disney and have a Disney wedding. That would be a lot of fun. It's very pretty.
Last time we were there, probably the last couple times we were there, Gary would have to stop and look at all the beautiful wedding dresses, the princess kind of thing.
Yes.
So it was spendy.
Well, any decent wedding is going to be pretty spendy.
But it'd be kind of cool though, definitely.
It would be. If you're going to spend your money on a wedding, that'd be the wedding to spend it on. Definitely.
No, I'm not a big spender. So what about all your guests though? I mean, you have.
Oh, you wouldn't have as many. I think it's better to keep it pretty small.
So,
maybe have a family reception when you get home.
I mean, so have everyone paid their own way?
Yeah, if they want to go, right? Are you going to pay for them?
I'm not going to pay for the Disney wedding anyways.
Anyway.
But no, it's fun. So what's your favorite ride?
The Tower of Terror. That is my favorite.
Why?
I don't know. I just love how exciting it is when they drop you. The tickle in the stomach. It's a rush and a half.
And my son, he's terrified of elevators. So elevators, and then drop from a height, just his worst nightmare. Two of his worst nightmares just wrapped up in one there.
No, that would be horrible.
Our son is obviously working here with us here. He's the cameraman.
Cameraman.
How you doing, sir?
Good. He's a pretty good cameraman. Yeah, so exciting stuff. I think I have more fun at Disney than my kids do.
Yeah, so does Gary. I hate roller coasters. I just don't like that feeling that, you know, how you're saying in the tower, you just hate that feeling. And so I never had to worry about it. Because at first, you know, kids were little, and so, and you know, they're too little to go, so I didn't have to go, and then they got a little bit older, and then, so our oldest daughter, she has 2 kids. And her oldest, and then she started liking the roller coasters and stuff.
For Dad.
But our son didn't. So it was like cool. So I got to stay behind with him.
Nice.
And you know, hang out with him while the girls are on the ride.
There you go.
And then one day realized that he likes that. You know, those kind of rides. Nothing upside down, but just, you know, heights and all that stuff. He enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, well, I got to stand by and hold the coats and the bags and all that, so I don't have to go. And then it came down to one day, pretty much got dared into going on a roller coaster that goes upside down. And he wasn't having it. So then I spoke up and I'm like, well, if you go, I'll go. Knowing he knows that I don't like roller coasters. And so, to my surprise, he said, okay. I was like, crap, I gotta go. So we went on it, and yeah.
Nice.
So now I have no excuse.
That's fun. Fun stuff. Yeah, I like it, and I don't know if my husband likes it, so he'd probably sit back with the girls, but, so I always have to take a mom break and go ride a couple of good rides at a fair or something.
So still got the apples going here?
We're almost done with putting the apples in the pan.
So I fired some tortillas here in for coconut oil. So tortillas scented with coconut. Should be interesting.
Well,
interesting.
How it turns out. That'll be interesting.
So got some olive oil here. Gonna put some in a pan and gonna saute up these onions and bell pepper.
Smelling good.
Get that up to heat, and then actually got some frozen corn. Obviously fresh would be good, but I'm lazy. Frozen vegetables are good.
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty healthy.
So they're good. Can't even cut this back. And on top of that, I mean, especially if you're thinking like a dinner after work or whatever kind of thing, instead of, you know, cleaning the corn and boiling it and cutting it off the cob. I think that this works pretty well.
Nice. Yeah. Make it easier.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to add some oil to the oats and stuff. I can open the oil.
Oil to the oats.
I can't open it. We'll grab a towel and do it.
Alright, so onions going in. Alright, so I cut the onions into slices. Just because I want some long slices. Do the same thing here with pepper.
I'm noisy. Okay.
So the first time we went to Disney, we actually went to Disney World, and which is cool. And we've gone to Disneyland ever since, just because, you know, we're here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first time, you know, we did the whole thing. We went to Disney, we went to Universal, and all that good stuff. And been to Universal here in California, but it's there are differences for sure. Yeah. But so one of the things is that growing up, I never seen a real roller coaster. Never been on one. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Ever. And so the whole thing was a new experience for me. And obviously I know I don't like that feeling in my stomach, but so when we went and we went to Universal for the first time. The very first ride I went on was the Hulk ride. And it's an Incredible Hulk. It's a big green roller coaster.
Right.
You know, upside down, your feet dangling kind of thing. It was cool. I mean, it was all right. It's like, you know, once you get past that initial feeling, it's all right. So we went on that a few times back to back, and first roller coaster ever. We went and you know those rides, you know, and you were talking about it earlier off camera, talking about you know, when you sit all around it, you know, it picks you up and it just drops everyone together.
Oh yes.
So in Universal, there's one of those, it's the Dr. Doom ride.
Oh.
And so I'm looking at it, and I was like, this thing's high, it's big, and so this guy's like in line in front of me, and he's like, oh, I love this ride. He's like, yeah, he's like, I keep going, you know, he's going on it, it's just like 5th time in a row or something. And so I was like, all right, he's like, yeah, it's fun. He's like, you know, and I'm like, all right, so it just shoots you up in the air, and it drops you, and then it kind of goes up and drops again. I'm like,
Oh man.
I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Whatever, I was on the whole ride, I can do this. Nobody told me it shoots you up at like 36,000 billion miles an hour. It's like, oh, you're just like gone, and you're like free floating, and you're thinking it's just like ridiculous. And then just, you know, you free fall, and it's, I was like,
goodness.
no, wasn't happening.
No, that's horrible. Yeah. If you're not wanting it or expecting it, that's the worst. Definitely. Yeah. I love those rides though. I don't know, the one at the fair that picks you up and drops you does not pick you up that fast, and I don't think it's that high, but yeah, that even hurts the stomach. Oh boy. So I'm just sprinkling just a little bit of coconut sugar in the apples and in the crisp part. Just give it a little bit of a sweet flavor. Very good. And put some coconut oil in it just to give it, and just enough to kind of give it some oil. To make it a little bit wet and kind of stick. And
Get the flavor going.
put a little vanilla in it.
Yeah, so what temperature do you cook that at?
About 325.
325?
Don't cook it too high or too long, because I like to make my apple crisp with my apples still somewhat uncooked, and it just kind of gives it a more of a tart flavor.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna need to cook the enchiladas. I mean, everything will be cooked. It just needs to heat them up.
Okay.
But I can do it at any temperature, so I can put them in the oven at the same time as you, or
All right.
after you, depending on where I'm at.
Sounds good. I don't think it hurts the apple crisp to open the oven and close the oven, so I think we're good to go. I can put this. Do you need the top level or the bottom?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'll work around you.
Sounds good.
Is that ready to go?
It's ready to go.
Wow, that was all right. That's pretty quick.
Yep, the hardest part is just getting the apples prepared. Very good.
All right.
That's good. Oh,
Oops. Did anyone on?
there we go. I'll put it down here.
All right.
I'll leave that in there for probably about 15-20 minutes. Just kind of check it, and just till the oats are browned a little. And we're ready to go.
Alright, so this is cooking here. Just salt and pepper in it, and some onions and the red pepper. So I'll make an enchilada sauce. And usually I would make a like a roux. Usually the roux is butter and flour equal parts. Usually I make it with oil, like a vegetable oil and flour. In this case though, since Kevin doesn't have or doesn't eat flour,
Right.
gonna do it with do some cornstarch. Not a huge fan of cornstarch, but today I am. And I checked with them earlier. I texted him and said, "Hey, you still eat corn, right?" So I gave these corn tortillas and cornstarch, and he was like, "Yes, that's fine."
Yes.
So.
So yeah, at Disneyland, I decided my daughter was 5 at the time, my oldest, and she and another little 5-year-old girl with another set of parents, they were really adamant about going on the Tower of Terror, and we tried to explain to them that it was a very big, scary ride. They didn't get it. So we decided, both families, that we would take the kids on the Tower of Terror. So this poor little thing did tear up a little bit, but she didn't cry. She actually tears didn't run down, so she was pretty brave, but she, in the middle of it, was screaming at me that she didn't like that. Is it done yet? I'm like, one more time around, and she just gave me this petrified look on her face. It was horrible. It was horrible. But I got that picture. I was just hugging her in the picture. You could barely see her. She's holding on to me for dear life. Poor little thing. Same with the other little girl. She was pretty brave though. Definitely, they were not ready for that.
Alright. So
Do
good.
you want me to clean the tomatoes?
Actually, yeah, you want to do the potatoes, and you want to just slice them in half
I can do that.
and put them in a bowl. Actually, do you have a nice large bowl so we can put the corn and the tomatoes together?
I should, yes. I do. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Do you have any? Is there any garlic? Do you have garlic?
I do. Let's take some.
Alright. And
Normally I have lots of garlic.
basil. Basil, if you have.
Oh
some.
yes, I
Alright.
can get that out of the garden. My little herb garden outside. Be right back.
So the sauce that we're gonna make for the corn and tomato salad, it's lemon and olive oil in equal parts with some basil, salt and pepper, and some raw garlic, just chopped up really fine. So to this tomato paste, I'm just gonna add some water here. So got a can of refried beans gonna heat up here. And it's funny because so these beans are vegetarian, which is the first time I saw that I was like, that's just funny because I thought beans were vegetarian.
I did too.
But refried beans, they could be cooked in animal fat or some kind of when they fry them up. And so vegetarian is obviously not cooked in
Animal fat, right.
Right we go on most is probably so what is it? It's outside. It's like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Oh yeah.
Well, it seems like we go on that like every other single ride, and then
That's the roller coaster type one, right?
yeah, it is. It's outside. So
Yeah.
it has some drops and stuff. Some favorite ride. It's probably my favorite roller coaster also, other than Space Mountain.
Nice.
I don't know what
I
else
got
is-
to go on Space Mountain, and I think I did that one. But otherwise, we parents didn't get to go on many of those. We take turns, and so. But I'm excited because this year they have new ones
Yeah.
that
cars.
were not open. They were getting ready to open, like I think the Little Mermaid attraction one. Last time it wasn't open. They were still building it or something. So there's a couple of new ones that they were building. So I'm excited.
Which is perfect for your kids because when we were there, it was open last time we went, and yeah, it's pretty slow. It's
Nice and easy.
Yeah, it's, for little kids.
Yeah.
So we went to go on the bumper cars, in the little kids area, and we went to go on the bumper cars, and I mean, literally, the cars going this fast. It's just like you can't even get hurt. I mean, even if you fell out.
Girls will like that, yeah.
That's it. If you fell out and got squished between two cars, you'd probably be safe. So, yeah. Of course, it's exciting for little ones.
Yes. So we're excited. We'll take them back again as they grow, and I'm pretty sure after a while they'll get into the big rice, and that'll be exciting for Kevin and I.
Mm.
I can't seem to break this.
Slender there. Alright,
That's
so
where you need to melt it.
got some hot sauce, your favorite kind. Put this in here. Half, 3/4 of the bottle, whatever. It's all cooking. It's all
Exciting
good fun.
stuff. So it's fun. You guys get to go on the big stuff together.
It's not exciting.
No?
It was exciting for Summer Valley.
Yeah, but you like the one, right?
Yeah,
The
so there's a couple
railroad
things I
one.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, last time we went, it was, the rice kept breaking down.
Oh, no.
And it was kind of cool though, but, so in here I have some spices I'm going to put in here.
Ooh.
Which is some chili powder, a couple different chili powders, garlic, salt, some, salt, pepper, just a couple different spices, cumin, different kinds of things here. Basically, put that in there, and give it a little bit of heat, little flavor.
Nice.
So yeah, last time we were there, yeah, it kept breaking down, and we were on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride,
Oh.
and now it doesn't break down, but I think it broke down a couple times on us, but the last time it broke down, we were stuck there for a long time, and the fire department actually came and
Oh, wow.
they took the fences apart and stuff, and then they they turned off all the water so people way back on the ride, they can walk out where the water would normally flow. And,
Very cool.
and then they put some beams across for us to get out and walk across and get out. And
Well, that's kind of exciting.
it is. Indiana Jones ride broke down a few times.
Oh, no.
And one time they actually were there, and they actually they turned on all the lights because they had to come and rescue us. And so they brought a ladder for us to climb down. Those jeeps are huge. I don't know if you've ever been on the Indiana Jones ride,
Yeah,
but
I remember
they
it.
have they sit a few people across. But when you climb off, that thing is, that's tall.
Oh, man.
The bottom of the Jeep was like here on me. These things are massive.
Holy
So we
cow.
climbed down, our lights were on, and you could see all the behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I started taking pictures.
Uh-oh.
The guy comes up and says, that works there, he's like, you can't take pictures. I was like, oh, all right, whatever, so I put my camera away, and there's this lady there, and she started taking pictures, and they didn't say anything to her, so I'm like, okay, must be okay. So I started taking pictures again,
Right.
and the guy comes up to me and he's like, I told you, can't take pictures. If I have to tell you again, I'm gonna take the camera away.
Oh.
And I was like, wow. So he was kind of jerky, but I guess, he didn't want me to sell the secrets,
Right.
to Universal or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So when you're done with that, you want to put that garlic in that bowl there.
Sure. And then I put the basil in with the...
Yeah, you put the basil right in with the corn.
Right in with the corn. Okay.
Do a little bit of lemon zest here.
I love it when you do that. That smells so good. Just permeates the air.
Yeah, it's so much oil in this. Just stab it into this bowl here. That way I don't care if the seeds go in, and then just get the seeds out.
Okay. Oh,
Nobody
very
wants
good.
nobody wants to eat lemon seeds.
No.
Alright.
Okay, more basil going in. And here's the garlic. Where do you want the garlic at?
Right in that bowl with that lemon
With the
zest.
lemon. Okay.
So the lemon will actually help take away some of that heat.
Okay.
So I'm just going to run this through my fingers here to catch the seeds.
Very good. Well, that's a good way to do it. You don't necessarily need a lemon squeezer. juicer thingy.
You know.
Whatever you call those things.
So gadgets are cool, but
yeah,
they're just gadgets.
gadgets. Just more to clean.
Exactly. All right. So
That was good.
so in here we'll put a little bit of olive oil. Just about equal parts olive oil to your acid, in this case lemon juice.
Nice. Very good. So yeah, we got so exhausted the first time we went to Disneyland. We're gonna try to take it a little more easy this time. But the kids are a little older, so that'll be a little easier. Last time we were pushing a 2-kid stroller, pretty big. It was a lot of work.
Definitely.
But it was fun. It was definitely worth it. But this time it's gonna be exciting. We're just gonna have little backpacks and be good to go and just take it nice and easy now that we know what we're somewhat doing this time. I think it's kind of good to know what you're doing at Disneyland.
Definitely, you know, usually we stay down the street at a, and I'll throw out the name, NBC Suites by Hilton. Maybe they'll give us a deal here. But that's because it's great. I mean, you know, free breakfast. I mean, they'll make you omelets and all this kind of stuff. So it's great down the street. And you usually take the shuttle to and from Disneyland Park.
Right.
Last time we went, we actually stayed inside Disney at one of their hotels.
Yes.
And it was fantastic because, you know, if we bought souvenirs or something like that, we could just take it right back to the hotel room, stay in the park, instead of carrying everything around all day, which was great. Obviously, there's more of a cost, just because, I mean, the hotel prices were about the same, but, you know, without the free breakfast or without the evening manager reception where they give you popcorn and chips and all that kind of stuff. So without all that, I mean, so it was actually more expensive, but convenience was kind of cool. So, and it was great. I mean, we stayed in the Great Wilderness Lodge or whatever it is called.
Nice.
And best hotel service ever.
Nice.
When you walked into the hotel, there was concierge or whatever they're called on each floor.
Right.
So we're like on the 5th floor. And when we get up there, we open up elevators, their desks are right there in front of the elevator.
Oh.
And so they're like, welcome home.
Oh.
You know? And stuff. And it was very, you know, they turned on your bed for you and, you know, all that stuff. It was just fantastic service. I mean, something you would hope Disney's known for. You know?
Yeah.
It was great. It was really good. A lot of pepper.
Pepper's good. Good for the digestion.
Peppers?
Black pepper.
See, so we always have a lot of these great tips on how food's good for you. So, I mean,
if it's real.
Yeah, real or not.
Stuff,
because, you know, of course it's real. Everything you read on the internet, see on TV is real. So where do you kind of come with all this stuff?
I just do a lot of Google search, and normally I try to make sure of who has written it. Normally, not always. Sometimes it's hard to know if they're reliable sources, but a lot of times they're good, reliable sources from health food doctors and nutritionists and stuff like that. So I try to follow those for, you know, food and nutrition and what you need for your body.
So if it seems legit, then you go with it?
Kind of go with it.
Do you try some of this stuff?
Try it, yeah. We kind of do our own guinea pigs. We're our own guinea pigs here. We definitely, you know, try it out on ourselves just to see what the health benefits are. And you do have to do it for a while to see what the changes are in the body, to see what, you know, what works and what doesn't work. So
how long do you usually give it?
Within a few weeks, you should feel a change. More for a few weeks for me. With my husband, he can, you know, he notices a difference within a few, you know, within the first week, but a few days even. So, but he's very healthy. He's done this health stuff all his life.
So what's the?
Me, I haven't. I'm kind of new to the health stuff. Well, newer. I've learned quite a bit of stuff the last year or so, even compared to the last 5. But I started learning about health and stuff about 5 to 6, 7 years ago. So, and we've done a lot of changes for home. You know, home cooking. We used to do a lot of I used to do a lot of processed foods. Him and his family, my husband and his family, they always cooked at home, baked at home. But you know, leaving my family, I did a lot of processed foods, so I had to learn to get away from a lot of processed foods. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything that you thought was going to work and it just was like, it was...
Bread for me, I've read and people have had success of getting off of bread to lose weight. Getting off bread did not help me lose any weight. I didn't lose a pound, and I got off bread for a good couple of months. Yeah, it's been about 2-3 months since I've been off bread, and nope, didn't lose a pound.
Just wasn't working, huh?
Nope.
Wow.
So I decided to eat my bread again because I love bread. I'm a bread baby.
Nice.
Definitely. But that doesn't mean it won't work for someone else. It would definitely probably work for someone else.
Yeah, we had I was watching a cooking show, and there was a lady on there, celebrity, who was very fit, and so she wasn't using bread, and she was helping cook, and she wasn't using bread in the recipe, which normally requires bread, like a bread topping. And so the host, how come you're not using bread? And so she lifts up her shirt right here, like, you know, she's like, if you want abs like this, don't eat bread.
Right.
And so she was pretty cut, so it was pretty funny.
I think a lot of times those people exercise a lot. You have to do a lot of, I mean, diet is a big portion of your health. Definitely.
Sure.
But to get cut abs like that, you need to be working out quite often.
Oh, definitely.
Every day for an hour or more a day to get those kind of abs.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, yeah. Do you need something?
So I'm just gonna transfer these here. I'm just gonna dip some of this in here. A little warm. You have, you know, tongs or something would be kind of cool. But no worries. So we're just gonna make them up. It's like this. Some sauce, some beans, and a little bit of this mixture here. I'm thinking something like that. And we'll just put together, put them in there, and we'll keep continuing that. All right, so I got all these made up here. So just fried up the tortillas in the coconut oil.
Yes.
And then made the sauce, the enchilada sauce, with the spices and the hot sauce and the water, tomato paste. And brought all that together, dipped the tortillas into it, and then put some refried beans, the vegetarian refried beans, into it.
Nice. With
the onions and the bell pepper that we sauteed up. That's where we're at right now. Because it's decent, shred it, you know, it's a...
easy way to do it.
Yeah, got a Mexican blend here with Monterey Jack and cheddar and some queso fresco. Oh, crap.
And I didn't even remind you. Here, we'll just push some.
Yeah, let's just push some of this over here like this.
Over there. There we go. We forgot about Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, he doesn't know.
He won't know.
Just that.
Take that.
Love it.
Oh no. Very good.
Alright, I think that's
It's good enough. It won't kill him.
Oh, I don't want to come back and haunt me if it does kill him. Alright, so
very good.
Yeah, he doesn't need all that much. So yeah, so then we'll just go up, you know, 350, 325, 400, whatever you have it on. And just let the cheese melt, bring everything up to temperature.
Nice.
Alright, so we'll let that go for a few minutes. All right, so the enchiladas should be done here.
Enchiladas. Exciting. They look really good. Right here. Put it in that jar yet.
Oh, beautiful.
There you go. Very good.
All right, so we have some of the cheesy ones and the
non-cheese.
non-cheesy ones. Yes.
For the non-cheesing eating person.
Yes. Exactly. All right, so let's cut into this here.
I'll get a bowl. There's some of this apple crisp here. Gotta try this out too.
Look how cheesy that is. Mmm.
Oh, exciting. Let's try this.
Alright, so do this and let's shove a little bit of this beautiful corn tomato salad here.
Has the lemon garlic vinaigrette in it. Exciting.
Alright, so what do you want to try first?
Oh, let's do this, and then
Do
we'll
this?
do the sweet after.
Alright, so let's start with try some of this. Summary?
Mmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So this is with the homemade enchilada sauce, the coconut tortillas, you know, and with cheese and beans, and then the onions and the red bell pepper.
Mmm. That is really good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be vegetarian and eat that every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, let's try this.
Go ahead. See if you like it.
So what's in this again?
It just has cut up apples, some cinnamon, coconut oil mixed in with cinnamon and the apples with a little bit of coconut sugar, and then oats with coconut oil to make it wet and some cinnamon and coconut sugar for the top. And just bake it until it's kind of crisp.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's great flavor.
Mm.
You know, it's really light.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually a crisp is a little heavier than that. At least when I make it, you know, with all the butter and flour and
Which you
flour.
could,
Yeah.
if you like it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely light, especially summer. It's hot outside.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, that's good.
delicious. All right.
All right.
So until next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.